Welcome everyone to our latest CyCast, and we have an outstanding guest today, Chris Baker, Iowa State's first All-American golfer. And Chris set numerous records while he was at Iowa State, earning Iowa State's Male Athlete of the Year in 2008 and becoming the first Cyclone to ever earn a PGA Tour Card. And Chris will be joining the Iowa State Athletics Hall of Fame this fall in the class of 2026. Welcome to the CyCast, Chris.
Okay, thanks for having me, Mike. It's a pleasure, and looking forward to catching up.
Yeah, well, I guess the first question I got to ask you, what was your reaction? How excited were you when Iowa State Athletics Director Jamie Pollard told you you're going to the Hall of Fame?
Oh my gosh, absolutely astonished. Never saw it coming, and just truly honored to be a part of such a special group back at Iowa State. And yeah, I'm actually thoroughly looking forward to getting out and meeting with my fellow peers and fellow inductees. This is going to be incredibly special and something that I'm truly looking forward to. Can't wait.
Well, you certainly deserve it, Chris. And let's talk about your awesome career. So, first off, I want to talk about your humble beginnings. Growing up in a small town in Indiana and Hickory Hills Golf Club. A little 9-hole course. Par 35. Kind of rare, maybe that golfers make the PGA Tour learning on a small course like that. What was that like? Life like? Just growing up in small town Indiana.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess from the earliest days, the first story I can recall was my dad saying, "Hey, let's move to Brownstown, small town." And he said, "We're either going to move next to a lake or a golf course." And fortunately, we chose between him and my mom. They chose the golf course. So growing up as I guess 6-7-year-old, just meet up with my friends, and we'd walk over to the clubhouse. We'd meet up and play golf. We had junior golf lessons in the summer. And it was a great way. I mean, small town living is awesome. And I mean, I think that's one reason why I connected with Iowa State and Ames so much. I mean, it really is a small community feel, and it's really a great place to grow up. And back to Ames, I mean, it's a great place to go to college. So couldn't have drawn it up any better. And yeah, I think it was a long shot, no doubt. I mean, getting to the PGA Tour in itself is an extreme long shot. So lots of hard work, lots of, never giving up and believing in myself. But it was an awesome path, man. It's something I'm proud of.
Yeah, Chris, tell us about your recruitment. Obviously you had a really good prep career. How many schools were looking at you, and what made you ultimately decide on Iowa State and head coach Jay Horton at the time?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it really came down to, a handful of schools. It wasn't a ton by any means. I mean, I narrowed it down to probably 5. I took my official 5 visits. That was the rules. I think they've probably changed since, but 5 official visits, and really just got to Iowa State, the team, the culture. The campus was amazing. I really loved the campus, and just being a part of the Big 12, they all just struck home with me. And we had a great 4 years. Coach Horton was fantastic. I got along with him very well. And yeah, I mean, we had our ups and downs, and could it have been better? Sure, but like everything else, I would change nothing. And Iowa State gave me a great platform to grow and get better, and just really, I think, teach you some grit and some hard work, because as we all know, it's pretty chilly in Iowa in the winter months. So.
Yeah, it is. And, Chris, when you got to Iowa State, I guess I need to know, probably need to let our listeners know that we didn't have the Golf Performance Center. We didn't have all that stuff back then. You were basically just pounding balls at Vinker Memorial Golf Course, and that was our practice area. But what was that like? What was your first impression of Vinker when you got first got to Iowa State?
Vinker's fantastic. I mean, it really is. It held its time, right? Like, I don't know. I think now it'd be very, very short for today's standards, but the golf course was, that was home. And knowing what you guys have now and what we had back then, it was a drastic change. But what we had at the time was fantastic. And I learned to make the best of it. I guess going back to the 9-hole golf course growing up, I mean, didn't have the greatest, access to facilities when I grew up, and Not saying the access there wasn't great, but we just made the best of it. And I spent countless hours on the putting green at Vinker and countless hours in that driving range. My senior year, we actually built the indoor facility. It's more of a, I guess, a 4-bay hitting stall thing, and fantastic at the time. Great. I recall, facing some north winds in Iowa, in January when it's minus 20, was a little chilly, but I wouldn't have spent it any other way, right? So it's I loved it. It was great, and I can recall all the hours I spent there, hard work, and it all paid off.
Yeah, and you did get a chance to play the Harvester because that was obviously, built, before you got to Ames. What was that? I mean, where does that course rank for you? And I mean, you played a
Absolutely.
million great courses, obviously, in your career, but that had to have been one of the top ones you'd played at that time.
Yeah, Harvester opened up, I think, towards the end of maybe junior year, if I recall, sophomore, junior year, possibly, and amazing golf course. The greens to this day are still the fastest greens
Yeah.
that maybe I've ever putted on. And it's a great facility, and we were fortunate to go out there and have that as one of our golf courses that we could play. So, yeah, always look forward to going there, and uh, tremendous memories of that place, good and bad, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I can definitely picture some putts that I wish I never hit, and I can, maybe some shots that ended up further away from the green than they started,
Yeah.
rolling down false fronts and such. But exceptional golf course, great facility, and love that place to death.
Yeah. Well, your first year was the 2004-05 season, and right away as a freshman, you finished top 10 in the Big 12 championship, which is rather impressive, especially with the players that are competing in that league. Um, were you shocked of how well you started that first year?
I mean, I would say, yeah, yes is probably fair. I mean, I've always been my career. I mean, if you look through my career, I've always been a overachiever, I think. I mean, I don't think anybody would say, Chris Baker is going to win this week, right? But at the end of the day, yeah, I didn't win very many times, but I always somewhat got the job done. And to finish top 10 that first year, that was down in Texas at Whispering Pines. That was a cool
Yeah.
accomplishment, and to put my name amongst the guys that were on that leaderboard and still playing professional golf, and just say that, hey, I competed with the best and ran with the best. Um, pretty awesome accomplishment.
What's very unique about college golf is, very small roster teams. You travel basically with only 5 to 6 players and a head coach. Probably didn't even have an assistant when you were you didn't have an assistant when you
No,
were
we
there.
sure didn't.
Yeah, and so you're sitting there going, you got basically 6 guys in a van. You're tight knit. You're with each other, throughout every meet because obviously most tournaments are 2 to 3 days. What was that like, the camaraderie with your teammates all those 4 years?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, golf is an individual sport, right? And having a team is just a very, very cool aspect to college golf, right? Like you go through the ups and downs, and you have to work things out, and it's just an individual sport going into a team setting like college golf is just a very cool opportunity and a very great way to grow and learn, and use each other to get better, right? I think just pushing one another is a great asset that college golf just teaches everyone that goes through it how to be successful at the next level, professional golf, maybe the next level of business, or your work, or whatever goals you might have. I think it's a great
Yeah.
stepping stone, regardless.
Well, Chris, you had an outstanding career at Iowa State, and then your senior year, you took it to a level that had never, pretty much in the history of Iowa State golf, ever been reached. First All-American golfer, first team All Big 12, a top 50 national ranking by Golf Week, NCAA regional qualifier. I could go on and on and on. What was the major, maybe changes or things that you felt occurred prior to your senior season where you just broke out nationally?
Yeah, to be fair, I couldn't. I don't think I could list off what changed, but I just know it's just a summation of work, right? I think it's just all the stuff that you do in the gym, which we had great trainers at Iowa State, I think just the hard work during the early morning hours, right? Like college kid, you don't want to wake up at 5:45 and go to the gym, but we did it, right? And I
Yep.
think that helps. And I think just the experience of travel and playing against some great competition in the Big 12, I think it all just grew to a point to where my senior year was finally, hey, I'm ready to go compete. And yeah, as you mentioned it was a fantastic year and something that I should be proud of, and I am proud of. So I think it's just a culmination of everything that brought it to that point.
And I believe, you're one of only three unanimous first team All Big 12 players in 2008. And one of them was obviously Ricky Fowler of Oklahoma State. Um, I mean, did you ever get paired with him in college?
I never did. No,
Yeah.
I got to know Ricky a little bit playing professionally, and he's awesome, awesome guy. And to be in the same category as him is very very cool. And yeah, I recall that being voted on that Big 12 team, and just an incredible honor to be voted on by the coaches and team and everybody involved.
Well, you had obviously many highlights in your Iowa State career, but one of them I want to ask you about. Your senior year, you shot the lowest round ever at the time at 64 at the Big Four meet at Elmcrest and Cedar Rapids. What do you remember from that tournament?
Uh, Gosh, I mean, Elmcrest is that's Zach Johnson's old, his stomping grounds where he grew up. And
Absolutely, yeah.
I think 64, right? Like incredible day, incredible round. I just recall, I know hitting fairways, if I can recall it, that was the strength of my game throughout my entire career, in
Yep.
college and professionally. Just hitting fairways is the most important, and that's why I was able to play so long, right? Like I always say, hit the fairway. It's incredible upside, because every hole you have an opportunity to make birdie. Now, obviously, not going to be a reality, but
Yeah.
fairways, and I obviously had to make some putts to shoot the score that I did that day.
Well, looking back, Chris, you were named Iowa State Athlete of the Year at the end of your senior year when you graduated, and first time a men's golfer had ever earned Athlete of the Year in Iowa State history. How special is that accomplishment in your career?
Yeah, that was very cool. I still, I mean, vividly recall when I was on the football field getting that award, and super super incredible honor, and never would have saw it coming. And so I just give it credit to, hey, I mean, playing at Iowa State was a great place for my golf career. I was able to succeed on the golf course, right? And then I think I was also, with the ability of being able to play every week, week in, week out on the golf team, I was able to do some school as well and focus on my school and studies. And I really just think it was an experience that I would never change. I mean, I've mentioned it before, but just the ability to succeed in both aspects was very, very important. And playing professional golf was a dream. Um, was able to make it reality, but at the end of the day, like the school was so important, and I was glad I was able to fall on both of them, doing both very well.
Chris, what point of your career at Iowa State where you said, "Okay, I want to be a professional golfer"? Because that's a tough road, as you know, but was it like early in your career where you said, "Okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to commit to try to make this happen"?
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think I ever actually was like, you know what, I'm going to be a professional golfer. I think I was so focused on like actually just being the best at the moment that I really never gave it much thought. I recall I graduated from college, and I knew, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to play professional golf. How am I going to do it? Um, wasn't really sure. Played my state am, won the state am, my last amateur golf tournament. That was very cool in the state of Indiana. And then went and played the state open, and crazy enough, was leading through 2 rounds, shot a bad round in the third, and then same thing. I think I shot 64 3 to finish and lost by one. And that was my first check. And I think at that point I was like, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then, I played that fall, went to Q school, made it through first stage, got to second stage, struggled a little bit. I was on the number, got nervous, but then worked really hard. Went back to work in the winter time, right? Like went back to the gym and just kept going and kept believing. And then that next year, really had a great year on the mini tours and made some money and was able to just slowly grow confidence as a professional golfer, because it is a very, very challenging road nonetheless. But yeah, professional golf was never really I guess I never really had it set in my mind. It's just something that I worked at and found myself doing it.
Well, Chris, you've talked about this a lot in your career, and I just think it's a fascinating story, and it probably happens more often than not for professional golfers because it's so hard to crack it. It's so hard to make it to the top. And you turned pro in '08. You were on the mini tours and doing okay, and then 2013, I believe, kind of hit a point where I don't know if you can keep doing this. And you just kind of tell us that story because the happy ending happened in the great state of Iowa at the Cedar Rapids Open.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, crazy how this game works. I played for 16 years and I obviously had a lot of successes, but that was a low point, right? I mean, 2012 and 13, those are the 2 years that I didn't have any sort of Korn Ferry conditional status, and
Yep.
just was really grinding, traveling around, and found myself in 2013 with no money. I mean, really, realistically, no problem is at all in the whole scheme of things, but was out of money. Credit cards were a little bit up, and just didn't really know what I was doing next. I mean, at one point I was on my phone looking for coaching jobs, and I was actually I recall that I was on the floor of a Motel 6, I believe. I mean, it was pretty low, but
Yeah.
ended up playing the Waterloo Open first. Missed the cut by one there, and I'd already signed up for the Cedar Rapids Open, and I was like, well, I'll just go play because I've signed up, paid for it already, whatever. Well, I ended up winning the Cedar Rapids Open, which is incredible. Got it's the only big check I have to this day, right? I still have it. It's hanging over down in my house in Florida, but hanging up there just as a reminder, like, hey, anything can turn at any given moment, right? And then almost won the next week, and then I won the following week. So I won 2 of 3 weeks. So I went from no money in my bank account, not knowing what I was doing, maybe being a college golf coach. I had no idea. And signed up for Q school that fall, paid for it, got conditional status. And then from 2013 on, I held some sort of Korn Ferry status or PGA Tour status. And it turned around, just in that 1 week. But like I said, I mean, nothing changes. It changes quickly, but it's a lot of hard work in the background to get to that point. So
Yeah. Well,
crazy story.
It's awesome story, and and I'm sure a lot of golfers have had a very similar story, where it was kind of a make or break day or week for you, and lucky for all of us that it did make it. And so, and then you were on the Korn Ferry Tour competing, doing well, and then boom, 2019 hit. You had 7 top tens.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to have been probably your best stretch of golf you ever played.
Yeah, I mean, easily. That was an incredible year. Bunch of top tens. I almost won in Raleigh that year. Almost shot 59 in Raleigh that year. That was cool.
That's right. Yep.
Just a great year. I think I had like four fourth place finishes in that one season. Ended up finishing 26th, I think, on the points list.
Yep.
25th got your card, right? Like, I had so many of those, and everybody has those crazy stories, right? But I finished one shot out, and that was a bummer. And fortunately, they had the PGA Tour playoffs then at that time. And in my home state of Indiana, actually in Victoria National, I was able to wrap up my PGA Tour card through the playoffs. But that was a special year, and making it to the PGA Tour was a lifelong dream goal of mine. So, sitting in this chair today, I can say, hey, I made it, and that's cool. I mean, that's something that not many people can do.
Well, and I want to ask you again about the Korn Ferry Tour Championship in 2019, because it was great for me because it was actually on TV, and so it's live. I'm watching you, and I remember you hit it in the bunker on 18,
Yeah.
and hit a really great shot. Really great shot. And I'm, what do you had about 25 footer for birdie? I'm guessing something like that.
I mean, I can run down the whole story real quick, but
Yeah,
I
because I
had,
love this story because
I had,
you basically needed a par and you probably knew you were going to get your tour card. Is that right?
yeah, pretty much. I had about
Yep.
hit out of the bunker, and I had we'll call it a 35 footer, and I hit
Okay.
it 6 feet short. And I'm just walking up to that putt, being, I mean, literally, I don't know, just yelling at myself internally, right? Like, I mean, why couldn't you just hit it 6 feet further and tap this thing in and move on? Well, internal dialogue was essentially, let's line this ball up, let's read it, line the ball up, line the putter to the ball, and literally let's just not even think about anything other than just hitting the ball in this line, because realistically, I knew if I thought about anything, I'd probably miss it. So
Yeah.
tried to be as brain dead as possible. And thankfully, gold glove, left field, catches the ball, goes in the hole. And
Yeah. Well, like you
obviously,
said,
great
Chris,
feeling.
yeah, I mean, but like you said, you earned your PGA Tour card in your home state with your family and friends, able to watch. That had to have been one of the greatest moments of your life.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was everybody was there. My family. I mean, it was Brownstown. Like, it's 2 hours from Brownstown, but I mean, I had
Yeah.
friends drove down, and it was just super special to earn it that way. Could definitely earn your card in, I don't know, another state. And yes, sure, it's very cool, but to be able to celebrate with family, friends, my now wife at the time, and my wife now, um, just it was awesome, and wouldn't have had it any other way, and couldn't have honestly scripted it any other way.
Well, and the way the PGA Tour was set up, you get your card, and what, 3 weeks later, you're playing in your first PGA Tour event, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
I mean,
at the Greenbrier. And well, I mean, what type of nerves were going through your when you teed that off first tee PGA Tour event?
yeah. I mean, it happened so fast that I think I was more in just shock, um, of just here. I'm more on the PGA Tour, and just wasn't enough time to almost think about what was happening. Uh, and it just happened fast, and it was a experience that, yeah, I'll remember forever. I remember I played very poorly at the Greenbrier. I mean, I don't even think I came close to making the cut, but I was there, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
learn and you grow, and that first year on the PGA Tour is the hardest, without a doubt. I mean, the way it was set up then was borderline unfair in the fact that you just went straight from there to getting your
Yeah.
card to PGA Tour, and you just,
Well, you never got to
as
rest,
a rookie,
really.
you can't even catch your breath.
Yeah, yeah,
But at the same time, if you're ready for it and you're playing great golf, it's a great way
yeah.
to start the year and run quickly on the PGA Tour. So there's two sides to the story, and unfortunately, mine wasn't the great golf, but it was awesome. It was awesome.
Chris, tell us, like our listeners out there, what what life was like on the PGA Tour, and also the just the differences between playing on the mini tours and now you're at the you're at the biggest stage you can ever get
Yeah,
in competitive golf.
absolutely. It was fantastic. I mean, you get treated extremely well. The hospitality is over the top. But as a golfer, I mean, the level of golf is outrageously high. I mean, the talent is through the roof, and it's just, yes, the experience is incredible, but you're still having to work and grind to play and compete and keep your job. So it still continues to be stressful, even when you're at the top. But yeah, I mean, the PGA Tour is where everybody wants to play. Like, there's without a doubt, there's no exception. The PGA Tour is the greatest tour in the world, and um, it's just it's incredible. As a kid growing up, like, that's where you want to be, and I made it. And yeah, it's amazing to think back and know I did it.
Well, speaking of outrageous talent, in 2020, you got paired with Tiger Woods in the PGA Tour event at the Farmers Insurance Open. Well, I mean, I don't even know how to even ask you this, but like growing, I mean, we all know that you, I'm assuming that like growing up in your era, that he was probably one of your favorite players.
Yeah,
And to
I mean,
actually get paired with Tiger Woods in a PGA Tour event, what was that experience like?
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Tiger Woods. I mean, he was fantastic. He was super, super nice, hospitable. We talked a fair bit through 9 holes, and I said, "Hey, I'm not going to be the rookie that just tags along all day." And he was playing well. I was playing okay, but he played great. I still to this day, if the greens were firm that week, uh, I think he would have won. Running away. He was hitting it that good. But that was just such a rare, incredibly opportunistic moment to play with Tiger Woods. I mean, there's guys that have played their entire career on the PGA Tour that never got the chance to play with Tiger Woods. It's just the way the tee time structures work, and just the odds and the
Yep.
numbers and the way that it worked out. I mean, we played 2 different golf courses at Torrey Pines, North and South, and it just so happened that we were both paired at the exact same time on opposite golf courses, and we both shot the exact same score. We were, I don't know, 12th place at the time, and just an incredibly lucky situation. Now, granted, I played well through 2 rounds, and so did he, but he beat me in the 3rd round. I was a little nervous, and goodness, it was 6 people deep on every
Oh
side
yeah.
of the golf course. So
And you
awesome,
probably had
awesome
never
day.
seen anything like that in your life, obviously,
No, I
of the
mean, I,
crowd.
I mean, the day the ship has sailed for me to play in Augusta at the Masters. But even if I was leading at the Masters, I don't think that it would have been that busy and that loud and that much excitement. I mean, Tiger Woods at Torrey Pines, that is the pinnacle of golf. Like that's
Yep.
Tiger Woods' home, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
owns Torrey Pines. He has so many stories, and to this day, people ask me what's my favorite golf course, and it's Torrey Pines because it's a great golf course, and I have so many good stories.
Well, and my next question involves Torrey Pines uh, and the 2021 U.S. Open. And before we get to that, just talk about you got uh, qualified. You qualified for the 2021 U.S. Open the hard way,
That's right.
the longest day in golf, where you had to go through the 36-hole qualifier after all that stuff, and you made it. And then once you made it, you got 26 in the U.S. Open at
Yeah.
Torrey Pines. I'm just assuming that, like you just said, that had to have been one of your greatest moments in your career.
Oh, I mean, without a doubt, Torrey Pines is just special, and just bringing back memories is it's cool. I think the best part, though, my dad caddied for me for the qualifier. That was cool.
Wow.
Having him
Yeah, I
around,
guess I didn't know that. That's awesome.
and yeah, so yeah, it's just, I mean, very, very cool to have him be a part of and
Yeah.
part of that story, and that's just that's cool. And the greatest golf shot I ever hit was at Torrey Pines.
Number four out of the bunker, right?
What's that?
I said hole number four out of the fairway bunker.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that was such a funny story too, because yeah, I mean, I was playing well through 2 rounds. I was probably, I don't know, probably right around 26th ish in the field through. No, I was back behind that. I only made the cut by 1 or 2 shots. So I was, let's say I was 45th, 40th.
Yeah. Yep.
And camera crew shows up on the first fairway. I was like, okay, cool. Like, not a far walk. They're just trying to get some early coverage of whatever the golf is. And yeah, I guess they'll see me hit this first shot. Very cool. Well, 2 and 3 happen, and then 4, I hit my tee shot in the bunker, and then all of a sudden the camera crew sets up right behind me. And I kind of looked at my caddy at the time, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, why now? And why me? Why on the hole in the bunker? I mean, I guess the fourth
Well,
hole,
Chris, how far out you think you were?
I think it was like 205 yards to
Okay.
the back pin. So,
Okay.
yeah, 205 yards, camera crew's right there, and set up, back pin, greens are firm. Remember landing it, I don't know, probably 195 yards, maybe a little less. And just the thing just trickled right away and went in the hole for a 2. So, yeah, it was a cool moment. I think I even made ESPN. Now I can
Oh
chalk it
yeah,
up as an item I
it
did on my list.
it was everywhere, and yeah, and obviously helped you get 26 in the U.S. Open, which is the highest finish ever by a Cyclone in a major tournament by
Yeah,
far. So, but yeah,
Hey, I'm not
Chris,
done yet. I'm going back.
you can always do it. You can always
I'm
do
not
it.
done yet. I actually just signed up Wednesday for locals.
Okay.
I don't play much golf anymore, but I'm going back.
That's the beauty of the game, man.
That's right.
Chris, the one thing I've always thought was really special about you and your career and what you have done is that throughout all of your years where you're playing professional golf and where you'd have a younger Cyclone that you didn't know that came after you, played at Iowa State, who was playing on a mini tour or Corn Ferry Tour event, you always took them under your wing. You didn't have to do that, but you did. And that's what's so special about the Cyclone bond, and you're kind of the epitome of that.
Absolutely. It's a family. I mean, it really is. I cherish my moments and my time at Iowa State fully. And I mean, watching what's going on right now in Iowa State basketball, like as a fan, as a alumni, like there's nothing better. There's nothing cooler. And I mean, I got people that literally know nothing more than I'm Chris Baker. I played professional golf and I went to Iowa State. And I get phone calls and text messages and like people reach out to congratulate me for Iowa State sports. Like Iowa State, like we're on the map and we're a cool
Yeah.
place and a cool group and cool community. And it's something to be prideful about. And yeah, I love it. I love every bit of it. And I love to see Iowa State golfers getting, success and having success. And there's some guys out there trying to make it. And I hope they will. I think they will. There's some great golfers. So I'm cheering for them. I'm their biggest fan.
Well, Chris, obviously, you've competed in professional golf for a long, long time, which unfortunately that has probably hurt your chances of coming back to Iowa State because you've been so busy. But how excited are you now to come back this fall for your Iowa State Athletics Hall of Fame induction?
Yeah, I cannot wait. I actually ran into a fellow Cyclone. It's a crazy story. Elmer Robinson. You probably know Elmer, but
Oh yeah. Oh
we
yeah.
live here in Columbia together, and we share some Cyclone stories. And he recently came out there, so I unfortunately couldn't make that trip, but I cannot wait to come back and just see my fellow Hall of Fame alumni and Hall of Fame inductees, and yeah, it's another group to be a part of, and it's very special, and I'm super proud to call Iowa State my school, my university.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us on this CyCast, and we can't wait to see you this fall.
Thanks, Greeny. Appreciate you, buddy.